So you're trying to figure out what's the difference between the Celebrity Retreat, NCL's Haven, and MSC Yacht Club, so you can make a good choice which cruise line you want to do a suite with. Well, if you are in that boat, this is the video for you. Stay tuned. Hi everyone, Rob from Cruise Seekers, and welcome to our cruise tips show today. Today we're going to talk about suite classes across the three major brands that have that ship within a ship concept. But before we get into each and every one of those pieces of information, what is included with one and what is not included in the other, well, I want to thank each and every one of you folks who have become a member of this Cruise Seekers community recently. Thank you so much for doing it. We really love having you folks here. And if you're new here or you've been lurking around and you still haven't subscribed, hey, think about subscribing. Turn that notification bell on. It is free to you and you get so much information from us. We also let you know when we have some great cruise deals. We'll also be doing some more vlogs coming up real soon. We're getting on our first cruise real soon on the MSC World America, her inaugural voyage, so you can see her for the very first time. So think about subscribing. Turn that notification bell on. It is so appreciated by us. And while you're down there, hit that like button. It does help that YouTube algorithm. It does help other people find this channel. Thank you for doing that too. Okay, folks, with that out of the way, let's talk a little bit about what's the difference between NCL's Haven and MSC's Yacht Club and Celebrity's Retreat on those Edge class ships. Now, first off, I am going to say right off the bat that all these three experiences on these three cruise lines in these ship within a ship concepts are phenomenal. None of them are bad experiences. I just want to say that right off the bat. I'm not saying one's better than the other. I'm just giving you folks information on what's included. What are you getting for your suite purchase when you're looking at these cruise lines? And you can make a better understanding, a better judgment of why this one might be this dollar amount and why this one might be this dollar amount. Or if you're trying to figure out, this is more tailored to what I want to do. So let's first talk a little bit about the most important things. What come with a suite is usually your drink package, Wi-Fi, and tips. So with these three cruise lines, the very first thing you're going to notice about all three of them across the board is tips are not included on any of these three lines. You got to make sure you ask your travel agent or the person you're booking with on the phone directly with the cruise line to add tips in to get a fully included experience. Now, where there is a major difference between these three lines is with NCL. NCL by default does not include a drink package or Wi-Fi with their Haven suites. You need to keep the More at Sea program going by paying those tips on those things such as the drink package and saying, yes, I want to have the Wi-Fi minutes. That's another big difference with NCL versus these other two cruise lines. NCL has minutes of access to Wi-Fi, while on Celebrity, you're going to be getting the premium Wi-Fi. And the same thing with MSC, you're going to get premium Wi-Fi with no minute limitation. Both of those will be unlimited. Now, the other difference you're going to see between these three cruise lines is in the drink package. With NCL and with Celebrity, you're going to get a premium drink package with unlimited drinks. While on MSC, you still have a premium drink package, but you have a limit of 15 drinks per day on those alcoholic drinks. Now, one of the other little perks about being in one of these suites in these three cruise lines is you get a butler. A butler is an additional person helping you in your room to kind of make sure your cruise goes exactly the way you want it. You can tell them some things that you might want available for you when you wake up in the morning or when you get to your cabin as you're getting ready for dinner. Now, how do you get in contact with the butler if you need them during the day and they're not readily available? You don't see them walking around. Well, there's two different ways you're going to see that. On MSC, you're going to be able to access your butler through your app with a butler chat. Same thing with Celebrity. While on the NCL Haven, you're going to actually be provided a small little like travel phone to walk around the ship with, and you can contact your butler directly with that walkabout phone. All right, so let's now talk about some of the special access areas that you get with these retreat suites with the NCL Haven and with MSC Yacht Club. We're going to kind of focus in on Celebrity's retreat experience on the Edge class ships, not on their older ships because they just were not built with the ship within ship concept. So let's just talk about Edge class ships with Celebrity. Now, all of these things have their own suite sun deck. You're going to have an area where you can, just lounge out. They're usually very elevated, very plush, and very secluded locations. and it's usually in a great location of the ship. So that's the one thing you're going to get with all three of these things. Now on MSC and on Celebrity, there's also going to be a pool and usually some hot tubs on that sun deck as well. With NCL though, you're going to have a special area called the courtyard. That's usually where your pool and your hot tubs are going to be located, not necessarily on the sun deck, but these are all special areas for you being in the suite. Now, another area that you're going to get a special access for with the suite is, of course, your suite restaurant. These suite restaurants are elevated. They are usually very, very good dining. Fine dining, I would say it's in that same level of caliber as specialty dining on these ships and vessels, maybe even a little bit higher. So you're going to have very, very good food. Just one thing to remember with the food on NCL, the menu does not rotate. That menu at NCL will remain static throughout your cruise. Some people kind of put that as a little bit of a tick mark against NCL with their suites, but you know what? You also get a lot of access with the More at Sea program on NCL to go and do some specialty dining. So between the specialty dining and rotating out different, entrees that you want in the suite, you can definitely have a really good experience dining wise on NCL and not really worry too much about that static menu in NCL suites. Now, every one of these suites do have access to a suite lounge of some sort as well. These are, again, usually very good lounges with access to your suite concierge. They might have some events in there too as the cruise goes along. It's a nice place. One of the other things that you might find in the suite lounges too is some noshes, some bites to eat. It's a nice thing to kind of know to be able to go to if you want to get a quick bite or a quick drink and bring back to your room, especially if your room is around that suite location over by the suite lounge. So it's a nice grab and go location too. Now, since I just kind of talked a little bit about specialty restaurants with NCL, let's talk a little bit about access to special restaurants being in a suite. Well, if you happen to book an upper suite on Celebrity, you get full access, unlimited access to the specialty restaurants as well. Now, you cannot have these meals done in your room. It used to be able to be done, not anymore, but you do have access to those specialty restaurants if you're in what is known an upper suite. Now, upper suites are royal suites and above on Celebrity. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask them when you're booking your suite or to ask your travel agent. They will know. Now, with NCL, you do get some really nice restaurants with More at Sea. Usually for a 7-night cruise, you'll get 3 specialty dining meals, which is really nice. And you could definitely have those meals delivered to your suite and have an in-suite meal from specialty restaurants too. That's a really nice perk with NCL. Now with MSC Yacht Club, you do not have any free access whatsoever, no matter what suite you purchase, to any special restaurants. Now I have heard with MSC Yacht Club, you can have a specialty restaurant meal in your suite, in-suite dining, but you're still going to have to pay for that meal, the specialty dining, I guess you would call it their per person charge or their fee, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. What is it? Is it a fee? Is it a charge? I don't know. Now, since we kind of are talking about having some meals delivered to your room, these specialty dining meals, now all of these 3 suite classes from NCL, from MSC, and from Celebrity does include room service. And this is room service for all meals. And it's not like just, basic type of room service for breakfast. You can choose eggs and pancakes and waffles to come into your room. It's not just continental only. Now, depending upon the suite that you book on some of these cruise lines, you will get access to the thermal suites in the spa. Now, if you book an upper suite, such as a royal or above, you will get that benefit on Celebrity. Also, if you book one of the Aqua Sky suites, you will get access to the thermal suite on those Edge class ships as well. Now on NCL, no matter what, you do not get access to these thermal suites. On NCL, you'll have to purchase that separately. And with MSC, all suite passengers get access to the thermal areas on their ships, which is a really nice perk. Now, one of the other things that a lot of people ask me with suites is laundry included. Now, in general, laundry services are not included with these 3 cruise lines. The one exception is with Celebrity, with those upper suites, those royal suites and above. If you have those suites, those upper suites, laundry service is included with Celebrity's Retreat. Now, some of the other benefits that you get with suites is priority embarkation. Usually you have your own line to go through security. You usually also have your own waiting area, and you will also be one of the first people to be escorted on the ships. Now, with disembarkation, you can have priority disembarkation as well. You can work with your suite concierge or your butler to make sure you get off the ship really, really early. Or if you want to make sure you get one of the slots last off the ship so you can enjoy the ship as at a more leisurely pace as you're leaving on the day of disembarkation. Now with Celebrity, you also have the access to stay on the ship a little bit longer for free if you are in one of those upper suites, those royal suites and above. And what that means is you don't have to leave the ship until around 3 p.m., which is really nice. They will actually be already filling in the ship with the next sailing, but you're still kind of lounging around. You just can't hang out in your room, but you can hang out by the ship till around 3 p.m. if you have a late flight, which is really nice. Now, all three of these ships will have an afternoon tea. They will also have someone on staff, of concierge, so to speak, at your suite lounge to help you with any kind of excursions or experiences that you might want to have while you're on vacation. They all have access like that. They also have land-based access when you are planning your cruise, a special phone number to talk to people, to get your room ready, or to kind of tailor make your special vacation taken care of before you even step foot on the ship. You'll also have priority tenders to get off the ship if you happen to be in a tender port, which is nice too. You will also have reserved seating in many of the different entertainment venues on the ship, so you don't have to rush around to get to the different venues to see a show and worry about a good seat. There will always be some reserved for you. Now, all three of these cruise lines will also have a stocked mini bar for you. Now, based upon if you're in an upper suite with Celebrity, you will get some more of the premium liquors already pre-stocked in your mini bar. Now, with the other cruise lines and with Celebrity in their lower caliber suites, such as their Sky Suites, you'll be stocked with the mini bar, but it will basically be sodas and some wine and maybe some beers in there. No real premium alcohol spirits in there. Now, the final other little perk I would like to talk about with suites is in the gym. Some of these suites on MSC, on NCL, you will have access to some free, I guess you could call it, special classes like a yoga class or an aerobics class, but most likely you will not have free access to spin classes or one-on-one training type of stuff. Now with Celebrity, that's not the case. You're really only going to have access to those, fitness classes with those Aqua Sky Suites. Alrighty, now let's talk a little bit about where these rooms are located and about what you can expect to pay for one of these suites. Let's first start off with MSC. MSC gives you the largest range of room choices. You got rooms starting from inside cabins going up to the giant suites. And they are also usually at the better price point out of these three cruise lines. You can get an inside suite in the Yacht Club on MSC for around the low 3,000s. Every now and then you might see it below $3,000. You got to just really look out for those less popular cruises. Now, the other thing about MSC is all their suites are in the same area. They're all in the Yacht Club area. There's no suites sprinkled around throughout the rest of the ship. All the Yacht Club suites are together in one area of the ship. That's unlike the other two cruise lines, NCL and Celebrity. NCL does have some cabins around the courtyard area and where the rest of the other suite amenities are. But you're going to want to look for those rooms labeled courtyard. That will get you in that haven area all the time. Now, the other ones, they're going to be scattered all across the ship. NCL prices for the haven are going to start at around $5,000. Every now and then you might see something a little bit less, but it's rare. But you can get into the haven for around $5,000 for two people on a 7-night cruise, on a less popular sailing, on a less popular itinerary. But they can go up to around $7,000, $8,000 for a 7-night sailing in those entry-level suites. And then they just go on up and up and up from there with those giant rooms. You can be spending $40,000 for a cruise for two people in some of the biggest suites on the ship. Now, same situation with Celebrity. Celebrity, there's very, very few suites around the retreat area, and those always tend to be those upper level suites, the Edge Villas, the iconic suites. Those are the ones that are going to be near the suite area. Now, the other ones are going to be scattered throughout the ship, and you're going to be in the same price point as the Haven, usually in the mid 5,000s for those entry level Sky Suites, and then you're going to just go up from there. Every now and then, Again, you might catch a sale where you can see that retreat suites below that 5,000 range, but that's in general where you're going to be spending for a retreat suite on Celebrity. So there you go, folks. That is our video about the differences and similarities of the MSC Yacht Club, the NCL Haven, and the Celebrity Retreat. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hey, give it a big thumbs up. It really does help that YouTube algorithm. It does help other people find this channel. And if you've been watching this long, hey, think about subscribing. Turn that notification bell on. It will be so appreciated by us. And if you've been in any one of these type of cabins, if you've been in the MSC Yacht Club, if you've been in NCL's Haven, if you've been in the retreat, let us know what you thought of that experience in the comment section down below. And if you had experience in both of them or all three of them, let us know if I missed anything about the differences in this video. I would love to hear from you in the comment section. So until we talk again next time, this is Rob from Cruise Seekers, reminding each and every one of you to always seek the seas. Bye now.